All right, one of the main features that we're talking about here is the fact that you have a lot of drivers, and a lot of drivers are real good, but what you're trying to do is you're trying to attract new drivers and also keep your older drivers happy. Well, with the latest Cascadia here, you're going to be able to do that. A lot of the features are centered around the driver, such as the new steering wheel. The new steering wheel has most of the controls right now. Right there, the driver can scroll through each one of the menus here, and he can get telematics, a Bluetooth. He can search his information in the entertainment system. He can find out what the temperature is on the outside. As you'll see on the inside, there's different trim levels. There's professional and standard. The professional level is where the dashes are like this, and most of the gauges and the controls themselves are hard rubber plastic. With the Elite, which is the next step up than that, for your better drivers, the ones that you want to take care of, you can get a lot of chrome. The bezels around here, the bezels around the air vents, the soft touch gauges right here, the chrome bezels around each one of the gauges. If you start scrolling around, you see the new HVAC system. The new HVAC system is right behind the center console here. You can service it from two areas, either from the top or the side over there. Underneath that section over there is the SAM module chassis and also your power distribution module. There used to be 2 SAM and 3 power distribution modules. For convenience and for the benefit of service and accountability, everything is now underneath the dash here for the SAM module, and the power distribution module is all down to 1 as well, and that's in that center cabinet behind there. If you go to the back there, you start seeing the amenities for the driver. You've got refrigerator option right there. The refrigerator itself can now hold up to 2.3 cubic feet. It's got a larger compressor, more robust compressor, and also the insulation package is a lot more sturdy, thereby allowing the driver to carry more, be more comfortable. He has on top of there the optional microwave shelf. Up to a 0.7 cubic foot microwave can be in there. On top of that, that TV stand right there, he can put up to a 24-inch flat screen TV on there. Thereby when he's in here, he can watch TV, watch a movie, and be a lot more comfortable going down the road. If you look in the back there, you see the driver loft option. Now what that is that lower bunk there folds up into a Murphy style bed, and underneath there is a fold out table and 2 opposing chairs, one sit at a 30-degree angle, so that there's 2 people sitting there at one time. They can both be watching the TV, both be comfortable. Again, just more benefit for the driver to be more comfortable down the road. Up top, you've got windows on the top and windows on the bottom. The windows on the bottom are standard. They're a sliding rear window. Up top, there's an option on the Elite part of it to have the sleeper window crank out, thereby allowing more ventilation, more driver comfort. Up top there, if you look, all the lights up top, inside the cab and all the way around, are all LED. They last longer. There's less maintenance. It's more safer when they're working, when they're going down the road. They actually, that one right up there, that U-shaped one, that LED light, that actually can dim. And those LED lights, because they can dim and go bright, what that does is it allows for a more natural sunlight for the driver, a lot more pleasing to the eyes, a lot more less strain on the eyes instead of the old bulb type lenses. Have you come out now? Of this truck. Detroit Diesel has come up with a suite of systems called Detroit Assurance. And Detroit Assurance has a number of different features. One of them is called Active Brake Assist. The next one is called Adaptive Cruise Control. And there's also a lane departure system. The Active Cruise Control, or the Active Brake Control and the Adaptive Cruise Control are all controlled by this radar-based system down here. What that does is the active brake control sees moving objects in front, and the closer it gets, it allows the ABS system, the automatic braking system, to slow the truck down without the driver input. The adaptive cruise control also does the same thing, recognizes how far away it is from the vehicle in front and adjusts that distance for the driver to be safe. There's also an option for lane departure system, and that's with that camera-based system up there. And what that does is it allows the driver, once that's engaged, once he's going down the road, that camera is keeping an eye on both the lanes on either side, those dashes that are down the center. And what that does is if he starts going to the left or the right, if he starts going to the left, active warning on his left side. He starts going off to the right, active warning going on the right-hand side. So let's say he's fumbling around. He doesn't have to worry so much about it anymore, because if he starts doing that, now he knows he needs to correct and get back into the center of the lane. Also, the federal government is coming out in August of this year, and they're mandating that any vehicle over 26,000 pound gross vehicle weight in a tractor-trailer system get what's called enhanced stability control, or electronic stability control. That has to do with the federal mandate, meaning that helping to prevent rollovers. What that ESC does, that enhanced stability control, what it does is it lowers the torque coming from the engine, and also helps with the ABS, thereby lowering power and also engaging the brakes to help prevent in case of a rollover. And that's all computer and electronically controlled. Going down, we see that there's new trim packages, the standard and then the elite. This one that we're seeing right here is the elite. Lots of chrome on the mirrors, lots of chrome on the Cascade dash. Down the center here, very aerodynamic. There's the Aero and the Aero X package. The Aero package has the 20-inch side extenders, which are very aerodynamic and lead to better fuel economy. The Aero X package actually goes to a full 24 inches, thereby limiting the amount of air that can go behind the cab and hit the front of the trailer. They also have the wheel covers that are standard on the Aero and Aero X package, but also the Aero X package comes with the optional even flow wheel covers, thereby creating an aerodynamic system going all the way down, going around the new style mirrors that are both heated on the outside and on the hood, thereby creating a safer, more aerodynamic air going around both sides of the truck, all the way down, past the trailer, past the wheels and tires, and straight down the trailer. Again, all for safety, all for the benefit of fuel economy. Also, if we look right here, the cabin is a lot quieter. And the reason why is because the new steel doors right here, along with the triple door seal. You remember the Cascadia itself, the Evolution, had a double door seal. This is now a triple door seal. When you close it, it's automotive style interior and also quietness. More comfortable for the driver. As we open up the hood here, the improved handling and improved steering capabilities of the truck are twofold. One is the single monoleaf front suspension with maintenance-free rubber bushings. What that does is it's a longer system, thereby creating a more comfortable ride for the driver. The steering gearbox is now set farther forward towards the front of the frame rails, which are splayed for better maintenance. And what that does is it allows when you're going over a bump, to not have to overcorrect and oversteer to come back to straighten out the vehicle, thereby again allowing the driver less fatigue over the period of the day. The engine itself is now 1.5 inches lower than the previous side. What that does is it allows the driver and the owner of the truck to have a more fuel efficient vehicle. The reason why is because now the windshield is more sloped. It's a one-piece windshield. It allows for a safer operation. It allows for a more fuel-efficient operation. It allows for a 12 degree better wiper blade system, which allows for better visibility, better safety. In addition, because the engine is lower and now farther set forward, you've got a more aerodynamic front end. Ultimately, what are we talking about here? You've got a driver that you want to attract and a driver that you want to retain. So now I've shown you that between the different packages on the outside and the different packages on the inside, you can accommodate that driver. He's driving the latest and greatest. We've talked about safety. We've talked about the safety features that allow you to not only lower your insurance rates, possibly, but also if you can avoid just one collision, one accident over those period of trucks that you're about ready to order, how much more is that going to save you? Now, the initial package itself on a one truck deal is roughly $8,000, okay? Now that's a big number. You're already spending enough, and we know that. But here's the key. Because of the integrated Detroit powertrain with the 2.16 rear axle ratio, the DT12 transmission, and the DD15 engine at 400 horsepower and 1,750 foot-pound of torque, the DT12 itself has now got the super finished gears in there. What that does is it's a smoother surface that are a constant mesh with each other, thereby rotating less. Or when they do rotate, there's less friction, therefore more power, less fuel used, better fuel efficiency. The rear axles that come with it on the Detroit are now have got what's called the option of a axle lube management system. And what that is there's an option for a cover to go over the ring gear and with a valve on the bottom. And what that does is that valve can open and close as the ring gear is needed for the oil lubrication to go in there, using a lower viscosity oil, less churning, meaning less friction, less rotation, more power, better fuel efficiency. Between those, the integrated Detroit powertrain, if you look at that, because of the initial cost of these being so much, at 125,000 miles a year, that's what you guys are roughly putting on. We're talking about 50 trucks here. Just going with what? Knowing that we're going to get you a better concession on that, it's going to be less than that. But just taking $8,000 and finding out that right now, roughly the average fuel economy in the United States is $2.66 a gallon. With the 8% that we can show you that you're going to get with this, you're going to save 1,323 gallons of fuel every single year per truck, meaning that it's going to roughly take you 2.3 years to recoup the initial investment. Your trucks are still going to have well under 300,000 miles on them at that time, still under the warranty, still with plenty of life left on it, and then the rest after that is adding to the bottom line. So this system pays for itself. So now we've shown you safety, we've shown you driver amenities, and we've shown you fuel economy. Why don't we go inside and sign the order? I can get these trucks ordered on you. You probably have them before July.